Today I'm going to be answering a question that was submitted to me. It's pretty much asking me like how I had the strength to get through the darkest times in my life, right? And to be honest with you, like I'd be a liar if I said that, the first feeling that I felt when I got to Y, it wasn't fear, because it was, I'll admit that. I always believe in 100% transparency. And, like, I don't care how big you are, how crazy you are, but if you're somewhere, you're not used to being alone, and you're a kid, right? And you know for a fact that everybody's out to get you, even your own people, right? It's something that, you just can't describe, right? And you see just total chaos and mayhem, and, it makes you question life. It makes you question things, like even your own existence. Like, where's God? Why is these type of things happening to kids? To be 100% with you guys, what really helped me get through this was the fact that, I actually sat down with these people. If you've been in YA, you know for a fact that the cops don't designate nothing. Everything is designated per the inmates, right? They get to pick who sits where, who kicks it where, like it's per the inmates, right? So I had no choice but to sit where I sit, But to this day, I don't regret it. Why? Because you know what? Those 2 years, as traumatic as they were, they taught me everything that I know now. They taught me about forgiveness. They taught me how to be sympathetic towards people's situations, right? How not to judge people. They taught me that favoritism is bad, right? It taught me how to stand alone, It taught me in 2 years, I learned it takes sometimes some people a whole lifetime. And you know what, like, what really kept me going and fighting was the fact that I knew that there was plenty of kids that went through what I went through and worse, right? That will never speak up. I'm showing my face here in front of the camera. I speak about my trauma. I speak about my pain. I speak about like how this 2 years affected my entire life. There's hundreds of kids that this happened to, and they'll never speak up. I speak up for them. I give them a voice, because I sat with them. We all have a friend, we all have a relative that's experienced some sort of trauma in their life. But when you physically like witness a person deteriorate, from one day to another, and you see the life get sucked out of them, that shit changes you forever. Like that's a trauma, that's a hurt that never goes away. Truth is, you only got two options when you endure this kind of trauma like I did. You're either gonna let it suck the power out of you and leave you powerless and weak. You're gonna dwell on this for the rest of your life. You're gonna turn it into power and use it as momentum to get you through every day's life struggles and trials and tribulations. Choice is yours.